our lacrosse ball and some kind of service. It could be a yoga block. It can be a book, just so it's nice and stiff. So you're going to bring your arms out to the side and bend your elbow. It usually lands right where you want it to, which is just under the collarbone and just to the outside of the sternum. So I'm going to make a sandwich between my body and this, and the ball is going to be in the middle. I'm going to interlace my fingers so I can spread the force, and I'm going to go 2 circles one direction and 2 circles the other direction. And then 4 elbows back, 4. Now, it's going to feel, the more uncomfortable it feels, the more it's going to help. But you want to adjust the intensity, so it's a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10, or a 2 if you have a high tolerance for pain. Okay, that was area number 1. Area number 2 is just off to the side of that. Roll it on over to the second spot.
Oh.
2 circles, both directions, and 4 elbows back. Kind of relax your shoulder here. If this hurts your shoulder to do it, you may want to use a wall instead. Again, 4 of these. All right. Now, last position causes usually the most issues. So we're going to put that there and interlace those fingers for even pressure. 2 circles one way, 2 circles the other way, 4 elbows back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so then when we roll our shoulders back, the one we just did should feel like it glides and slides, and the lower back, upper back should already feel better. So let's do the on that particular side. So let's take this, bend the elbow, bring it in, interlace those fingertips, circle. 2, circle to the other way, 4 elbows back, going as slow as you need to, really to get through that and make a difference in the tissue. There we go. Moving to the next spot, just rolling over. You don't have to pick it up. You can just roll it if you're pretty good at rolling the ball. 2 directions. And then 4, straight, horizontal over the muscle. All right, last spot, right in that corner. We're not on a bone, we're very close to the collarbone, just right under it. 2 circles, both directions, 4 elbows back. 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to put my hand on the wall horizontally. So if I put my hand straight out to the side, that's where my hand would be, but I'm going to rotate it. And then I'm just going to turn away from it, but I want to make sure I'm not rounding my shoulder forward. I want to make sure I'm pulling my shoulder blade down and in, and just kind of moving away from my hand. So I look like I'm a one-handed person if you're looking at me straight hand. You can also make a fist, and the part where that circle is, you can put on the wall and do the same thing. Sometimes that feels better. For some people, kind of depending on where your tightness is, that will really help. So flat hand, round circle. Then we want to get those diagonal fibers. So if I was bringing my arm up like this, the fibers would run this way. So I want to get that angle also. And again, pull the shoulder blade down and in because you don't want to risk ripping anything in your shoulder joint area because you are rounding your shoulders forward. Pull the shoulder blade down and in. This should feel like an awesome stretch here. And you can just relax. Wait till that just gentle stretch seems to work the best. All right, now let's do the other side. So now the nice thing is you can tell if you're making a difference because your hands, you shouldn't be able to see the knuckles. The knuckles should point outward. The hands should be right, the palms are right at your thighs, falling naturally. So this can take you from here to here. All right, let's do the other side. So hand on the wall at a straight across angle, turn away, looking like you have one arm. This is the flat hand. Now I'm going to do the fist with the circle on the wall, straight across, a little bit different angle to get the good stretch, and you'll feel the good stretch. It feels therapeutic. It does not feel like you're torturing yourself. It feels like you're doing something to help your body, and your body is feeling better every second you hold it. Okay, then let's get those diagonal fibers. So the hand's going to be up at a diagonal, and we're going to stretch this. And usually you can hold it for 15 seconds, sometimes more if you've been stretching for a while, but usually 15 seconds when you are new to stretching out a very, very tight area is okay. Sometimes overstretching it initially can be counterproductive. All right, next we want to find a resistance that's very light. If we go too heavy, we're going to jump off these tiny muscles. It's going to be too much for the tiny muscle group. So we want something that's the right amount of resistance to just fire up the bottom of the shoulder blade muscles. So they get stretched out and these get tight. So when these are tight, these get pulled up and they just turn off. We just want a little tiny wake-up call for those muscles. So something light, and this doesn't look like fitness equipment, but it can be in a pinch. Bungee cord, light bungee cord. All I'm doing is pulling enough to activate the mid and lower shoulder blade. Now, if this hurt, because sometimes when your shoulders are in bad shape, even just doing this can be painful. That way, I could just isometrically squeeze those shoulder blades down and pull them together and just hold. So right here, I know my hands, I'm gluing it in the right place because my hands are at my side, palms are right at the side of my thighs, and I'm pulling my shoulder blades down and in, and I'm just flexing for dear life here. See? But you feel that? You're actually helping this a lot. As long as you're not arching your back, you're flexing those shoulder blades down and in. You don't even need equipment, but you can feel that muscle getting stronger because eventually it's going to feel tired and you're going to need a break. And then you're going to do that again. Do another set, squeezing down and in, hard as you can. Hold, don't hold your breath though, and relax. Let's do one more. Pull, even harder. Hardest one yet. Pull the shoulder blades down and in. This should not feel painful at all. This should feel therapeutic. Hold, 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 and relax.